I'm 87 years old and I can still drive a golf ball. I'm 87 years old and I've painted over 100 paintings. I'm 87 years old and I've been married for 65 years. I'm 87 years old and I served in the military. I'm 87 years old and I fought cancer. Even when I was young, I wanted to paint. I don't know why, and I didn't know that much about painting, but I liked to draw. And I would draw a lot, and I would pay whenever I had some paints that I could use, and they were inexpensive things, not very good ones. I'd use some paint to do some painting, but I always, for some reason or other, I always enjoyed that. And the art teacher in the school that I went to, she recognized the fact that I was into that kind of thing. And so I did some pretty nice work when I was in the upper grades. Did a couple murals in the school. I don't know whatever happened to those. But yeah, I enjoyed it. Always enjoyed the painting and the drawing. I went to college, actually the Payer School of Art, and that was in New Haven. And that's where I did the serious painting, serious study. From the time, like I said, from the time I was in first grade, I was always painting or sketching. Always liked to do it. It was something that was a part of me. Part of me. I always did it. Someday I'd like to be a full-time artist, you know, well-known, well-located. And ultimately, I did get around to doing that kind of thing. The kind of paintings that I like to do, yeah, they were landscapes, primarily. I like doing city streets, the old, not towns, but streets that people would recognize. Downtown Bridgeport, downtown New Haven, that kind of thing. Yeah. After high school was it was pretty busy. I always kept working. I was in the service for a while. I served in the military. The branch was the Air Corps. Primarily, I delivered equipment to various locations. I drove a 6x6 truck, and I would have equipment going to different locations containing things like, well, can't even, a lot of radio equipment, that sort of thing, at the various airport locations. Why did I join the Air Corps? You know, we were going into military service. They were scooping them up. I don't know if I don't remember whether I just joined that or it was called in, but I felt I had to go into the service, so that's what I did.
Well, he loved airplanes.
Yeah,
a great
I
deal.
always loved the Air Force.
And he tried to get into one of their schools, but the war ended. So they stopped all the schooling and whatnot.
They
so
cut back on a lot
They
of it.
cut back, so that's why he was in the transport division.
But I enjoyed driving that truck around. I knew Louise. I met her first at in what that was in school. What grade was that?
Oh, I don't know, about eighth grade, and then we went to
I met Louise
ninth grade there.
in the eighth grade, the ninth grade, but we were just passing acquaintance. It was nothing
We would just
more
say
than
hello
that.
to each other.
Well, we got married. I was how old was I then?
We were young.
Yeah,
we were
we were-
22, and I just turned 21. And we've been married 65 years.
Wow.
Wow.
How I discovered cancer was, what did bring that up? Come on, you got to tell me,
Forgets.
because
Okay.
not,
You had an eruption on your chest,
yeah.
and you went to the dermatologist, and he said it was a strange looking one. He's not familiar with it, so he'll do a biopsy. And when the report came back, he said it was lymphoma. And how did you feel when you heard that?
Well, I
You
found
were,
that a little disturbing, but you know what happens happens.
he
It's
was very good about that.
yeah.
He was very good. He said he's lived a nice long time, happily married and whatnot, and he said, I'll fight it, and he says, we'll be all right.
And we will be all right. Yeah. Well, as far as the painting is concerned, I see that my grandson has really developed an interest in the arts and the creative end of what? Come and help me with here.
Well, we're both very happy that he has became very interested in the arts. Not so much painting, but the creativity of putting something in film
Putting it together.
and putting things together. Very creative and innovative, and we're happy to see a couple of his films.
And look forward to his graduation and the influence it will have on his future work and his what
We wish him every success.